Perhaps each of us has had moments when we felt helpless. The long days seem never-ending, as weak emotions seem to dominate the mind and make us wonder, should I continue? Do I have enough strength to overcome these difficulties? If you have ever gone through that, remember that you are not alone. Anyone among us must face challenges in the journey of life, and the feeling of weakness is a part of growing up, a part of that very journey. But the important thing is not to let that feeling define who you are. You are not those moments of weakness, not the times of falling or fear. Instead, you are everything you have tried to overcome. You are resilience, the strong desire to live within you, the ability to stand up every time you stumble. Remember, the feeling of weakness is only temporary, and your true strength always resides within, ready to ignite and propel you forward. What we need to do is not to accept that weakness as something eternal, but to dare to face it, understand it, and overcome it. Weak emotions, if not controlled, will become a barrier, a burden that holds you back. But if you can overcome it, you will find a completely new strength waiting on the other side of that difficulty. Life is not always easy, and everyone's journey always has rough and challenging paths. But that is an opportunity for us to explore ourselves, to affirm that each of us possesses the potential to overcome all limits. The feeling of weakness is not unfamiliar to any of us. Fear, insecurity, and doubt are things that all of us, no matter how strong we are, have experienced. We fear failure, fear uncertainty. Sometimes it's the fear of the future or not achieving what we desire. The feeling of unease makes us anxious, hesitant to take a step forward, wondering if we have the ability to overcome, if it's worth trying when everything still seems so unclear. And doubt, it creeps in, silently yet powerfully, making us question our own worth and the path we are on. Those feelings are like dark shadows, always waiting for the opportunity to seize the hearts and minds of each person. The important thing here is to understand that feeling weak is not something bad or shameful. In fact, weakness is a natural part of human development, and experiencing these emotions is a way for us to connect with ourselves. However, the real danger lies in allowing that weakness to control and dictate our lives. When fear, insecurity, and doubt take control, they become barriers that make us retreat, abandoning our grand goals and dreams. If we do not become aware of and confront these feelings of weakness, they will gradually accumulate and become a burden that holds us back. Fear can turn into passivity, making us no longer dare to try new things. Insecurity can make us become withdrawn, shy away from communication, and isolate ourselves. Doubt will make us lose confidence in ourselves, not daring to make decisions or pursue anything long-term. Just like that, weakness silently changes the way we perceive ourselves, the way we act, and even the way we interact with the world. But if you look deeper into these feelings, you will realize that they are just natural reactions to challenges. They do not define who you are, nor do they have the right to determine your future. Fear, insecurity, and doubt can only exist if we let them take control. Consider them as signals, reminders that ahead lies an opportunity, a challenge that you can overcome. Every time you face weakness, you have the opportunity to reflect on yourself, to build a stronger character. We need to recognize that feelings of weakness do not define a person's worth or potential. These feelings are just a small part of the long journey. You are not your fear, insecurity, or doubt. You are the strength and determination to overcome them. For each person, the feeling of weakness is often easily recognized in moments of worry, doubt, or unease. Sometimes just a small difficulty or a failure is enough for fear and a sense of insecurity to immediately arise, filling the mind. In such moments, many people choose to avoid and let those negative feelings dictate their actions. However, to control weaknesses, the first and most important step is to dare to identify and confront them. Identifying weakness means accepting that these feelings exist. It's not a bad thing, nor is it a sign of failure. On the contrary, recognizing weakness is a significant step towards gaining control and not letting it dominate life. This is like when you are holding a map. If you don't know your location, you won't be able to determine where you need to go. Similarly, when you fail to recognize feelings of weakness, they will become a veil that obscures your vision, causing you to lose your way. Don't let those negative feelings define you. When you choose to confront them, you are taking back control and breaking your own limits. Instead of letting fear or insecurity hold you back, face it head on and accept it as a part of your journey. Stand up and face it. That's what truly creates strength. You will realize that overcoming feelings of weakness is not about completely erasing them, but about daring to face them without letting them control you. You might be wondering how to face the feeling of weakness. First, be honest with yourself. Ask yourself why you feel fear, why you doubt, why you don't dare to move forward. Asking these questions helps you explore the root of the feeling of weakness, rather than just stopping at the surface of the issue. When you understand the cause, you will easily realize that most of our fears and insecurities are things that may not even happen. They only exist in our thoughts and become a burden if we give them the chance to take control. Facing feelings of weakness is an act of courage. It requires determination, perseverance, and a bit of courage not to give up. You may feel anxious, you may fear that you are not strong enough, but as long as you dare to step up, that is already a great success. This confrontation will bring you a fresh strength and a solid confidence. You will realize that those feelings of weakness are not as scary as you once thought. On the contrary, they become motivation for you to train yourself, develop, and become stronger. When you dare to recognize and confront feelings of weakness, you are not only freeing yourself from invisible limits, but also laying the foundation for a freer life. Remember, no one is immune to moments of weakness. The important thing is how you choose to face it. Instead of stepping back, persistently move forward and prove that you are strong enough to overcome any feelings of weakness on your path. Emotions are an important part of life. It brings us connection with others, motivation, and even the foundation for memorable moments. However, when emotions take over too much, especially negative emotions like fatigue, boredom, or anger, they can lead us to make hasty and unconsidered decisions. To truly master life, we need to develop a mindset that is not controlled by emotions, but instead focuses on actions and long-term goals. Try to remember the times when you felt tired or discouraged. In those moments, everything seems to become more difficult, making us easily want to give up or step back. Decisions made when influenced by negative emotions often do not yield good results, and many times we regret the choices made in moments of lack of clarity. That's why we need to learn how to control our emotions. Don't let them dictate our actions. Don't make decisions based on temporary emotions. That's the way to regain control of your life. The strategy here is to focus on long-term actions and goals, rather than letting temporary emotions distract us. Remember that emotions are just temporary states, while the goals and actions you choose to take today will bring lasting changes. When you feel tired, instead of letting it hold you back, remind yourself of the ultimate goal you are pursuing. What is important to you? What are the core values you want to achieve in life? When you focus on your goals, negative emotions will gradually lose their influence, making way for willpower and determination. Developing a mindset not controlled by emotions does not mean ignoring emotions. Instead, it is the ability to recognize and accept emotions without letting them interfere with one's actions. When you feel sad or angry, acknowledge that emotion and let it pass without acting hastily. Instead of reacting immediately, give yourself time to reflect. An effective way to do this is to focus on the question, is this really important? Or, does this decision help me get closer to my goals? Emotions will not be able to influence our thinking if we stay true to the goals and values we pursue. For example, if your goal is to build a stable career, act based on that goal instead of the fatigue you feel in the present. If you are tired after a long day at work, remember that a small effort in the evening to improve your skills will bring long-term benefits. Each small action taken with focus and discipline will accumulate into significant changes, helping you get closer to your goals without being swayed by temporary emotions. It is important to practice the ability to look beyond the emotions of the present. Build the habit of looking at the big picture, reminding yourself that these feelings will pass, but actions and perseverance will shape the future. Developing a mindset not controlled by emotions is a way for you to become more steadfast, more focused, and above all, capable of self-control. When you control your emotions, you not only control yourself, but also take charge of your life. There is a truth that many times we ourselves make ourselves victims of circumstances. In times of difficulty or when feelings of weakness overwhelm us, we easily blame the circumstances, the things that happen beyond our control. This is a victim mentality, he says, when we believe that we are stuck with no way out and everything is caused by external factors. This mindset makes us passive, waiting for some miracle to come and change the situation. But remember that you are not a victim of circumstances, but someone who has the right to determine your own future. The power to change is not far away, but right within your mind and actions. Instead of letting circumstances control you, cultivate a proactive mindset, take control, and change what you can. The proactive spirit begins with recognizing oneself not as a victim, but as someone capable of making changes. This does not mean that everything is under control, but instead of focusing on things that cannot be changed, focus on what you can do. You can control how you react to difficulties, how you face challenges. Ask yourself, in this situation, what can I do to move forward? Instead of letting yourself drown in helplessness, redirect that energy into concrete actions, no matter how small. Giving up the victim mentality not only requires you to change your way of thinking, but also to take action. Look at those who have overcome difficulties, those who did not let circumstances dictate their lives. They don't sit idly waiting, but always take action, always seek ways to overcome. That could be by learning new skills, building a supportive network, or even creating opportunities for oneself. Regardless of the conditions, they do not passively wait, but actively build their own path. Ask yourself, what can I control right now? You may not be able to change your external circumstances immediately, but you can always control your attitude, how you react, and how you move forward each day. That is the power of a proactive mindset, understanding that no one else can decide your future except for you. Let's start with the small things, from planning small goals to taking steps to move towards what we desire. Each step forward is a confirmation that you are taking control of your life. Practice a proactive mindset every day, starting with simple tasks like reorganizing your work schedule, waking up early to exercise, or self-learning a new skill. Every proactive action, no matter how small, is a way for you to build inner strength and assert your control over life. A proactive spirit helps you not only overcome feelings of weakness, but also turn them into motivation to become stronger. When you choose a proactive attitude, you will find that you are no longer influenced by circumstances. You are no longer a passive bystander, but someone moving forward with a clear goal. You are the one who holds the power to control your own future. Always remember, you have strength, you have ability, and only you have the right to determine the path you will take. In the journey of seeking success and achieving noble goals, perhaps there is no quality more important than perseverance and fighting spirit. This is what distinguishes successful people from failures, a quality that makes someone special and resilient in any situation. Because in life, everyone will have to face difficulties and challenges that seem insurmountable. However, what makes the difference is whether you continue on or not, no matter how difficult it may be. Determination is not blind stubbornness, but steadfastness and perseverance in pursuing goals, regardless of the challenges ahead. When you have determination, each failure becomes a lesson, and each difficulty is just a stepping stone to move forward. Successful people are not those who have never stumbled, but those who never give up. They have the ability to stand up, shake off failure, and continue moving forward. That is the fighting spirit, an unwavering determination, a resilient will in the face of adversity. Those with determination and a fighting spirit understand that the road to success is never a bed of roses. It is a journey full of thorns where challenges await at every step. But they did not back down, did not retreat. Instead, they embraced the challenge, seeing it as an opportunity to grow, to become stronger. A determined person is not affected by temporary failures or criticism from others. They persevere, remain patient, and continue moving forward because they believe that each step, no matter how small, brings them closer to their goal. The fighting spirit is not only the ability to rise after every fall, but also the courage to face every challenge. Life always contains unpredictable things. There are times when you will encounter barriers that seem insurmountable, moments when you feel lonely and have no one to share the burden with. But the fighting spirit helps you remind yourself that only by continuing to move forward is the path to success. That's what makes you unique and special. Look at those who have achieved great things in life. What do they have in common? That is the unwavering determination and relentless fighting spirit. They don't stop when they face difficulties. They don't give up when things get tough. Each of them has faced harsh challenges, but instead of giving up, they chose to move forward, daring to confront and overcome everything. That is the power of perseverance, a strength that surpasses praise and recognition from others. That is inner strength, a self-commitment to never give up. When you nurture determination and a fighting spirit, you are also developing the ability to control your own life. You will see that everything seems to become easier because you know that you can overcome anything. Tell yourself that no matter what difficulties arise, you will never give up. Being steadfast and fighting for what you believe in not only helps you achieve your goals, but also aids in personal development, building self-confidence, and forging an iron will. Never let temporary difficulties defeat your will. Keep going, no matter how difficult it gets. That's what makes you unique and special. Perseverance helps you stand firm in the storm, while a fighting spirit will take you through all challenges. When you master determination and fighting spirit, you hold the key to success in your hands. Success is not the result of fleeting moments of luck, but rather the outcome of persistent efforts and long-term commitment. Those who achieve great accomplishments are not always filled with enthusiasm, but they are the ones who keep working even when motivation temporarily fades. It is discipline and persistent habits that form the foundation, helping them maintain performance and move forward. Discipline is the ability to self-control and do what is necessary even when you don't want to. It is the commitment that you will remain steadfast to your goals regardless of the circumstances. Imagine this: no one wakes up every morning full of energy, but successful people are those who do the work even when they don't want to. That is the power of discipline, a power that carries us through the toughest days and keeps us moving forward when everything becomes uncertain. They know that each small step they take every day will gradually build something great. Building good habits plays an important role in maintaining discipline. When you turn something into a habit, you don't have to think too much to do it. It becomes a natural part of your life. Let's start by identifying small habits that can help you get closer to your goals. It could be the habit of waking up early, exercising every day, or spending time reading and learning. These habits don't need to be grand, but when maintained consistently, they will yield incredible results. But how to maintain discipline when motivation wanes? The first thing is to focus on your big goal, what has driven you from the very beginning. When you remember your deep reasons and goals, you will have more energy to continue. Always keep your goals in sight, reminding yourself that every action you take today will bring you closer to your dream. At the same time, set up a self-reward system to encourage yourself after completing each small phase. This will help maintain motivation and make the journey more enjoyable. Discipline also requires effective time control and management. Setting a fixed schedule for important activities helps you stay committed to your goals. If you want to build an exercise habit, choose a fixed time of day and incorporate it into your schedule. Having a specific schedule will minimize the likelihood of procrastination or being distracted by other factors. Remember that your time is precious, and every moment you use will contribute to whether you move closer to or further away from your goals. No one can be completely disciplined all the time, and no one is perfect. Successful people also get tired sometimes, but they know how to pick themselves up and keep going. They understand that discipline is a journey, not a destination. Every time you overcome laziness or boredom to do what needs to be done, you are training discipline for yourself. Discipline is not naturally available. It is the result of persistent and diligent actions every day. Building habits and discipline is not an easy path, but it brings sustainable and genuine results. Successful people are not those who wait for motivation, but those who work regardless of whether motivation is there or not. Create small habits for yourself, maintain discipline every day, and you will see yourself getting closer step by step to success. It is precisely due to consistent actions and long-term commitment that success will come. Failure is something that no one wants to face, but it is an indispensable part of the journey to success. Instead of seeing failure as a stopping point, view it as a launch pad for us to move further and stronger. Failure doesn't defeat you unless you let it. Instead, each failure is a step towards success. Don't let failure defeat you. One of the most valuable lessons that failure brings is experience. Nothing can teach you more clearly than real-life experiences, and failure is one of the best teachers. It tells us what is wrong, what weaknesses need improvement, and it opens up opportunities for us to adjust our strategies, learn more, and become better. Failure can be the result of a lack of preparation, impatience, or even because we are not yet ready to face the challenges. These mistakes are all valuable lessons, helping us adjust and prepare more thoroughly for the future. Failure also helps us cultivate patience and perseverance. On the journey towards the goal, things are not always smooth. When faced with failure, what matters is that we don't give up but know how to stand up. It is precisely those times of overcoming failure that will help us build strong willpower, determination towards our goals, and a spirit that is not easily defeated. Success is not for those who give up, but a reward for those who persist through each difficulty. One way to use failure as motivation is to view it as a reminder that you are testing your limits, daring to step out of your comfort zone to achieve something. If you have never failed, perhaps you haven't dared to try something new or more challenging. Every time you fail, remember that you are getting closer to your goal, because every stumble is a step towards becoming wiser and more experienced. Each failure helps you understand better what needs improvement, allowing you to move forward with more confidence and certainty. Failure also teaches us humility. No one can succeed without having failed, and no one can grow if they don't learn from their mistakes. When we accept that failure is a part of the process, we will find that facing failure is no longer so burdensome. On the contrary, it is an opportunity to learn, to reflect on oneself, and to continuously improve. Humility helps us open our hearts, ready to listen and learn from failures instead of feeling ashamed or hesitant. To use failure as motivation, always remind yourself that failure is only temporary. It's not the end, but a part of the development process. Don't be afraid of failure, be afraid of not having the courage to stand up after failure. Every time you fail and get back up, you are accumulating more strength, determination, and perseverance. Successful people are often those who have experienced the most failures, because they do not stop when faced with difficulties. They use failure as a tool, a motivation to keep trying, adjusting, and moving forward. Consider each failure as an opportunity to try a new approach. Maybe the method you used didn't yield the desired results, but that doesn't mean you have completely failed. It's just that method isn't correct yet. Try changing your perspective, trying a different approach, or learning from those who have succeeded in your field. It is this continuous adjustment that will help you progress every day. Failure is a natural part of the journey, and you can leverage it as a source of motivation. Turn every stumble into a stepping stone, an opportunity to learn, practice, and grow. Don't let failure defeat you. Let it be the springboard that brings you closer to success. Difficulties are an unavoidable part of anyone's journey. Every time we face a challenge, we feel like the world turns its back on us, and all the misfortunes come pouring down on us. But remember, no challenge lasts forever. Everything is just temporary, and you can completely overcome it if you don't give up. The ability to train our minds to face difficulties is the key that helps us become more resilient on the path to success. When difficulties arise, the first thing we need to realize is this challenge is not destiny, but just a phase. Time will help us overcome it, and the important thing is that we do not let difficulties defeat us. Remind yourself that what you are going through is just a step in the journey, and each challenge carries a valuable lesson, helping you become stronger and more mature. One of the effective ways to train your mindset is to change your perspective on challenges. Instead of seeing difficulties as a barrier, see them as an opportunity for growth. Difficulties can be the way life tests your patience and willpower. When you change your perspective, you will see that difficulties are no longer something to fear, but rather a motivation to move forward. The way you face challenges will determine the psychological strength you gain. Another very important factor in mental training is maintaining consistency with goals. No matter how difficult it gets, always focus on your destination and don't let difficulties shake your determination. Every time you face a challenge without giving up, you are training yourself to be resilient. Every time you overcome, you will become stronger and more confident in your abilities. Successful people are not those who do not face difficulties, but those who do not allow difficulties to make them retreat. In difficult times, reminding yourself of what you have achieved is also a way to maintain your spirits. Looking back at the small achievements you have made on your journey, you will see that you have overcome many challenges before. This will give you more motivation to believe that no matter how great the current challenge is, you still have the ability to overcome it. When feeling overwhelmed by pressure and difficulties, take time to rest and refresh your spirit. Instead of trying to do everything in a state of fatigue and stress, Take a short time to calm down, breathe deeply, and refresh your energy. A relaxed and gentle spirit will help you have a more positive and clear perspective, making it easier to find solutions and make the right decisions. Remember that even if everyone is against you, you can still overcome it if you don't give up. It is your unwavering will and steady mindset that will be the support to help you overcome all difficulties. Face the challenge with self-confidence and resilience. Each difficulty you overcome will bring you closer to the strongest, most resilient version of yourself. Difficulties are not something any of us want to face, but looking back, it is precisely those challenging times that are when we learn, grow, and become stronger. Instead of fearing and avoiding, try shifting from a passive mindset to an active one. View difficulties as valuable lessons that help you cultivate yourself and grow. Difficulties are not your enemy, they are an opportunity to rise. When faced with challenges, a passive mindset often leads us to doubt, fear, and disappointment. It makes us feel like victims of circumstances, that life is unfair and we have no control. But when we shift to a proactive mindset, we begin to see that each difficulty carries within it a lesson and an opportunity for personal growth. Difficulties help us confront limits we have never realized, and they force us to find ways to overcome them. Seeing difficulties as opportunities also helps us strengthen our mental resilience. When we face challenges, whether it's a failure at work, conflicts in relationships, or financial pressures, our spirit becomes stronger each time we overcome them. People who can face and overcome difficulties are often those who are confident, patient, and self-controlled. They don't let circumstances dictate their emotions and actions. Instead, they take control and find a way to rise above. You may have heard the saying, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." In fact, this is completely true when we have the right perspective on challenges. Every time we face and overcome difficulties, we not only learn from them, but also accumulate experience, wisdom, and strength to confront greater challenges in the future. Difficulties are opportunities that help us build mental muscles, the things that help us stand firm in the harshest situations. To see difficulties as opportunities, start by asking yourself, what is the lesson here? Or, what can I learn from this challenge? This approach helps you shift from a victim mentality to a winner's mindset, ready to seek and learn from every situation. When you start focusing on the lesson instead of the difficulties, you will be surprised to see the positive changes in your thoughts and emotions. Instead of worrying and being dissatisfied, you will feel equipped to face and overcome. Difficulties also teach us about humility. In moments of facing challenges greater than ourselves, we realize that there is still much to learn and that we cannot always control everything. But this humility helps us open our hearts, listen, and seek support from those around us. It teaches us to appreciate every small achievement and to view life more deeply and realistically. Another factor that difficulties bring is that they drive us to develop our creativity. When faced with seemingly insurmountable obstacles, we are forced to find new ways to solve the problem. These circumstances stimulate our minds to think outside the box, finding creative solutions that we had never considered before. Many groundbreaking ideas and major initiatives in the world have emerged from challenging times. That shows that difficulties can be a powerful source of motivation for us to discover our true potential. Remember that successful people are not those who never fail, but those who know how to rise from failure and see each challenge as an opportunity. In this way, difficulties will no longer be barriers, but rather stepping stones, helping you to become a stronger and more mature version of yourself. Difficulties are lessons that make you stronger. They are opportunities to cultivate and grow. Every time you face a challenge, it's an opportunity for you to enhance your inner strength, learn new things, and get closer to your goals. Only when you choose to face it, choose to learn, and continue moving forward, do difficulties truly become valuable lessons on your journey. Positive thinking is not just a way of looking at things from an optimistic perspective, but also a powerful tool that helps us maintain motivation and spirit in difficult situations. Positive thinking and the ability to motivate ourselves help us see challenges as opportunities, and each day becomes a step closer to becoming our best version. Developing the habit of positive thinking requires regular practice. First, focus on the positive things, even the smallest ones. It could be gratitude for a sunny day, a word of encouragement from a loved one, or simply the feeling of satisfaction after completing a task. Focusing on the good things makes it easier to see the value in life, instead of focusing on the negative things or failures. One way to cultivate positive thinking is to learn to cheer yourself up. Instead of waiting for encouragement from others, be your own best friend. Remind yourself that every day is an opportunity to get better, and that it doesn't depend on anyone but yourself. Ask yourself, what can I do today to get closer to my goal? When you start focusing on what you can do, you will find yourself becoming more positive and confident in every action. One technique to help maintain positive thinking is to write down the good things that happened during the day at the end of each evening. These can be things you achieved, happy feelings, or anything that makes you feel grateful. Not only does writing help you remember, but it also creates a habit of looking at the positive things in life. When difficulties arise, you will easily remember the good things you have experienced, thereby maintaining an optimistic spirit. The habit of positive thinking also helps you face difficulties proactively. Instead of feeling pressured, you will learn to see challenges as a natural part of the journey. When you stumble, encourage yourself by saying, "I can do it. This is just part of the journey." This self-motivation creates inner strength, helping you stay focused on your goals without letting negative emotions overwhelm you. Practicing gratitude is also a way to cultivate positive thinking. Be grateful for what you have and look at the good things around you. Instead of focusing on what you haven't achieved, take some time to think about your achievements, no matter how small. Gratitude helps us appreciate the journey we have gone through, and from there feel happier and more satisfied with the present. Remember that we are not always full of energy or positive feelings. There are days when everything becomes difficult, but those are the days when you need to cheer yourself up even more. Don't let any external factors determine your mood and spirit. Every day, choose to move forward and try to be better than yesterday. Positive thinking and self-motivation is a habit, not something that comes naturally. You need to be patient and consistent in cultivating this mentality. Gradually, you will find yourself not only more confident, but also strong enough to face and overcome any challenge. Don't wait for help from others, go for it yourself. Feeling weak is an inevitable part of life's journey, and it does not mean we are a failure. Instead of seeing weakness as an enemy, see it as a valuable opportunity to practice and grow. Weakness is not the end, it is just a stepping stone for us to become more resilient, stronger. Weak moments help us learn to stand up, learn to face ourselves, and challenge ourselves to overcome our limits. Every time you overcome a feeling of weakness, you are one step closer to your goal. This feeling is only temporary, while determination and perseverance will help you reach lasting heights. When we choose to move forward instead of giving up, we prove that negative emotions do not have the right to decide the future. Consider each stumble as a lesson, each feeling of weakness as a stepping stone for you to become stronger and more mature. As long as you continue to move forward, those feelings of weakness will retreat behind. When life puts you in difficult situations, remember that it is an opportunity to prove your true strength. The road will not always be smooth and you will not always feel full of energy, but it is in the moments of fatigue, when the feeling of weakness takes over, that you are tested. That is when you need to keep believing in yourself, believing that you are strong enough to overcome whatever lies ahead. The determination to never give up is the core strength that helps us overcome all limits and achieve our goals. It is not those with outstanding talent or luck who are the winners, but those who are the most persistent, those who do not accept to stop in the face of difficulties. Success is not an immediate destination, but the result of relentless efforts, every day, every hour. No one can stop you from moving forward if you are determined to go all the way. Be steadfast on the path you have chosen. Move forward step by step, even if it feels difficult at times. Don't let anyone stop you, and don't let temporary emotion shake your spirit. Every step forward is a step closer to your goal. Every challenge overcome is a mark of determination and perseverance. Let the times of weakness become the motivation for you to develop yourself, build your determination and inner strength. Be persistent, never stop, and you will find yourself becoming stronger every day. Successful people are not those who never falter, but those who know how to stand up and continue when everything around them tells them to stop. In your journey, always maintain a steadfast spirit and determination. Always remind yourself that difficulties are just a part of life, and each difficulty will bring you closer to your goal. No matter how long the road is, if you keep moving forward, you will reach your desired destination.